students, I am Ms. Barnes, and I serve as the 7th grade GLC here at Yes Prep White Oak. And this is the recording for the academic probation for the 2020 through 2021 school year, quarter 2. Just some norms that we want to set in on, being that this is a recording. 1, please be sure to make sure you have a capture tool where you can write down important information and questions that you may have. If you do have any questions, please be sure to reach out to your student's teacher or the GLC. As stated before, I am Ms. Barnes, the 7th grade GLC. We have on this slide Mr. Johnson, who is the Dean of Students, Mr. Morgan, who is the 6th grade GLC, and Mr. Osmond, who serves as the 8th grade GLC. Just some White Oak values in regards to academic probation. Team, we must work together to get our students on track academically. Our second value is enthusiasm. We must have a positive attitude and remain optimistic about our students' ability to achieve academically. And then our last value is continuous improvement. We must focus on our students' goals to take the steps necessary to reach them. So some session outcomes. Parents will be able to understand the White Oak school day schedule, find their students' individual schedule, find and understand their students' academic status, understand graduation requirements, and contact teachers. What is academic probation? Academic probation is an opportunity to do 3 things. 1, understand student standing. 2, reset expectations. And 3, take advantage of interventions. So just some general knowledge about the daily schedule. There are 4 classes per day, and each class is separated into 2 parts. The first part being synchronous and the second part being asynchronous. There is a 50-minute lunch period, and there are also 3 5-minute breaks, which serve as transition time in between periods as well. Some attendance and behavioral trends that teachers and other school leaders are noticing. Students are not logging in at all. Students are logging in but not participating. Students are not asking questions. Students are not submitting assignments, and students are not following up after missed classes or missed assignments. Here is some information on how to find your student schedule in Skyward, and we'll go through that in detail. The first thing you want to do is type this URL in the internet browser, and then you want to click sign in with Azure AD. If your student has not signed in before, or it is not allowing you to sign in with Azure AD, for the username, you will use your student's email address. And then for the password, you will use YesStudent17 with the capital Y, a capital S. If your student has not changed their password, please be sure that they change their password to something that is personal to them, so that they do not have the generic password YesStudent17. Once you log in, you can click where it says schedule, and you will notice that there is an A day and a B day. Please be sure to write down the schedule or print out the schedule to post it in your student's room, in your room, or anywhere around that may be helpful for the student to remember what their schedule is on a daily basis. Next, to view your students' grades, once you have logged into Skyward, you want to click on grading on the Skyward student dashboard. Then you want to click view your students' grades. Once you are into the grading, you want to be able to understand the students' grades. So the first thing is understanding the columns. You will see there are columns that say PR1, progress report for quarter 1, M1, quarter 1 overall grade, which is also their report card grade. This will look the same for all quarters. The quarter we are currently in is quarter 3. Then you also want to view students missing assignments because this is also affecting their grade. And you can just click where it says current missing assignments to review their missing work. So some Yes Prep Public Schools middle school promotion requirement. Please note that the Student Success Initiative, SSI, mandates that students are automatically retained in the 8th grade if they're not successful on both math and reading STAR by the end of the 3rd administration. At Yes Prep, we have specific criteria that must be met for promotion to the next grade level because our goal is for Yes Prep students to be competitive as college students and college graduates. To do that, our rigor and expectations must be high. In order to be promoted from 6th to 7th grade or from 7th grade to 8th grade, students must earn a yearly average of at least 70% in 3 out of 4 of their core academic classes. Core classes are ELA, math, social studies, and science. 2, attend each core academic class for at least 90% of the school year. 3, earn at least approaches on STAR mathematics and reading assessments as outlined by the state of Texas. And you want to see section on SSI. Any student that does not meet these requirements will be reviewed by the Campus Grade Placement Committee. Some requirements for 6th and 7th grade. Once again, you want to earn a yearly average of at least 70% in 3 out of the 4 core academic classes, those classes being ELA, math, social studies, and science. And middle school students who are not in attendance at least 90% of the academic year are at risk a loss of credit that could affect promotion to the next grade level. And you want to see section on attendance for that. For 8th grade, your student must earn a yearly average of at least 70% in 3 out of 4 of their academic classes, earn satisfactory performance on STAR assessment requirements as outlined by the state of Texas, and middle school students who are not in attendance at least 90% of the academic year risk a loss of credit that could affect promotion to the next grade level. Some suggested parent actions. 1, you want to make sure you view and understand grades. 2, communicate with students to understand their struggles from their perspective. Use this time to be supportive. 3, identify student gaps. 4, reach out to teachers for more information if necessary. 5, reset your household expectations regarding school with your student. And 6, frequently check in with your student and their progress. And once again, one way you can do that is being sure to log on to Skyward on a weekly basis to check your students' grades. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to reach out to your student's teacher. If you cannot get in contact with the teacher, please feel free to reach out to your GLC. Thank you so much for watching this recording. We look forward to assisting your student with becoming better in their classwork.